release says that they notified the California Energy Commission of their intent to idle, restructure, or cease refining operations there in Benicia. Does that mean to you that they are pulling out permanently, or what's the situation as you understand it?
Well, certainly, it's new information for everybody, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you and the viewers today. And I think the operative word in that press release is "or." I think this, as I read it and our city reads it, is they are evaluating their options and they're reassessing what is best for them with this asset. Now, it's certainly my belief that, and important for the community to know, that the Valero Benicia Refinery is the newest refinery that we have on the West Coast. It is a major asset not only to Benicia, our county, our region, the state of California, as it produces much of the gasoline the state needs to operate. So it's my hope that in the weeks and months to come, that city officials, Valero officials, and state officials will work to figure out a way to ensure that Benicia continues to be home to energy production.
Do you feel this has anything to do with that $82 million fine that was levied against the company last year? Did that factor into their calculus for today's decision?
That's certainly a question for Valero, and I know Valero certainly noted in their press release that the political and economic climate, I think, influenced their decision, and it's been a factor for other operators up in Northern California and Southern California.
Well,
but I think it's an opportunity for us to get together as leaders within the city and state to figure out how we can either continue operations with Valero or even a new operator, should that be the case.
Well, obviously, this is all preliminary, but what sectors do you foresee being impacted the most if they do decide to close?
Well, Benicia is home to, the largest contiguous industrial park in Solano County. We're really proud of the fact that we're home to so much industry, and much of that industry is supporting the petrochemical industry. So the first thing that we do anticipate, should there be an idle of the refinery or ceasing operations, will be that reduction in economic activity as it relates, in particular for Benicia, the sales tax from those companies that support the refinery. Additionally, it's important for our community to know that the other two major sources of revenue from the refinery are a utility users tax, and that's the tax that Valero pays on its energy, PG&E use. They are a top utility user tax provider to the city. And then the most significant tax is the property tax. And while it's the most significant, it will also be probably the one that will lag behind, in that they're still owning the property, they will still pay property tax. There will be work in years to come probably to reassess their unsecured property. But from a management standpoint, we're going to be most focused on changes to our utility users tax and our sales tax, as well as the impact to those businesses in our community that support the refinery. We'll work with Solano EDC, other assets within Solano County to kind of shore up, our economic sector here in Benicia.
For the employees that are watching this morning, shocked by the news, what should their takeaway be? What's the city going to do to help them? We have a year's lead time before the potential idling of that facility.
Well, and for those in our community, we are not shy to meet a challenge. It was a year ago that Benicia faced great financial uncertainty, and our community came together, and we did a variety of things in a resiliency plan to really shore up the financial situation for Benicia. So we are used to facing adversity and meeting challenges, and so I think if there's any community in the Bay Area that can meet this challenge, it's ours. And so I think that there is certainly a willingness and a spirit to do what's necessary to kind of come together as a community. And again, I think our first focus is going to be to ensure that Benicia remains home to energy production. So that's job one. And then job two will be to ameliorate and mitigate any loss of jobs and revenue related to, ceasing of operations at the refinery.
I guess next steps for the city, looking ahead, what are your immediate next steps?
Well, I think the first step is doing this right here. It's just making sure that people are aware of the information and knowing that there are more questions than answers right now, and that's okay. And we're going to spend our time kind of racing to the unknown. And I think that it's important for community members just to be reassured that we're going to work towards a solution, that this is too strong of an asset just to sit idly by. I think that's the first point that needs to be heard. The second point that needs to be heard is that, where we need to pivot, we will pivot. The history of Benicia is one of change. We used to be home to an Army arsenal, and that gave way to what we now have with Humboldt Oil and Exxon and Valero. And this will just mean a new chapter for Benicia should the refinery go in a different direction.
All right, well, we appreciate you joining us this morning to help us digest and everybody else watching digest the bombshell announcement this morning that Valero is going to be ceasing operation there in Benicia in a year's time. Thank you so much, Mario Giuliani.